Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and it is almost that time to get this game underway, Jonathan. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar as we are ready to bring you Rouse Raider baseball in the regional qualifier versus the Cedar Park Timberwolves. And Jonathan, this is becoming almost an annual event to meet in the regional quarterfinal. The Raiders taking two of the last two out of 3 years that they have sent the Cedar Park Timberwolves home after the regional qualifier round. And tonight makes the third time in 4 years that these two teams meet.
Yes, sir. And as much as Coach tried to change things up and not be the 4 seed, as he has in previous years, coming out of 25-5A and the 3 seed, we still find ourselves playing against Cedar Park as we did see ourselves playing against Alamo Heights in a repeat of last year's area round, and then now a repeat of last year's regional quarterfinals. So, again, just a bit of a broken record, as it were.
So for those thinking your screen is frozen, it is not frozen. This will be an audio-only broadcast tonight. NFHS holds exclusive rights with the UIL, and they opted to pick this game up for this series. And so you just see a still picture of the facility here at Lago Vista High School. We're very grateful for the kind and generous staff here at Lago Vista, allowing us to set up here in the press box and
trying to spoil us, man.
Right,
We've got coffee, we've got a
popcorn.
microwave for popcorn, a refrigerator with water in it, of course.
Both of these teams out of District 25-5A, and both teams out of the Lander Independent School District, and a very common foe. And we're going to move right along as the rains are holding off, but we're going to go through the lineups as they've started here. Leading off for Rouse, number 9, Rainer Heinrich at second base. Batting second will be the right fielder, number 12, Tyler Espinoza. Batting third will be the first baseman, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Batting fourth will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 14, Xander Forcell. Batting sixth will be the third baseman, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting seventh will be the designated hitter, number 11, Andrew Sanchez. He will be hitting for the left fielder, number 31, Adrian Graves. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis. And rounding out the order will be the starting pitcher tonight, number 6, Gavin Silva. So the Raiders looking to rebound from the sweep in district at the hands of the Timberwolves, Jonathan.
Yes, sir, and it won't be the first time, right? I mean, this is nothing new for the Rouse Raiders as they inevitably seem to find a way to, and I'm not going to say fall apart, but just give up that great position that they have throughout the year. And then as we come across Cedar Park always seems to have our number in regular season play until we make the playoffs.
For the Timberwolves, leading off will be the third baseman, number 24, Hudson Cuevas. He will be followed by the shortstop, number 15, Logan Hedges. Batting third will be the starting pitcher, number 13, Brady Richardson. Batting fourth will be the left fielder, number 9, Drew Robertson. Batting fifth will be the second baseman, number 2, Parker Green. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 7, Carter Wohl. He will be hitting for the catcher, number 21, Christian Gomez. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, number 12, Jake Cowlishaw. Batting eighth will be the first baseman, number 18, Luke O'Malley. And rounding out the order will be the center fielder, number 11, Mac Galindo. So a overcast, breezy, brisk evening here at Lago Vista. And it is a very nice field, as you can see in the still shot on your screen, as they've opened up a new turf field here at Lago Vista.
Yeah, another brand new field that we've been able to be able to sit in the press box at,
Right.
as we did for the Layman's Lobos and Lockhart, getting a chance to see their brand new fields. And here we go again, beautiful logo in the outfield.
We're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We'll be right back with you here in just a moment. Thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. It's baseball time in Texas as we're ready to get underway here at Lago Vista. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. Defensively for the Timberwolves. On the mound, number 13, Brady Richardson. Behind the plate, number 21, Christian Gomez. At first base, number 18, Luke O'Malley. At second base, number 2, Parker Green. At third base, number 24, Hudson Cuevas. At short, number 15, Logan Hedges. In left field, number 9, Drew Robertson. In center field, number 11, Mac Galindo. And in right field, number 12, Jake Cowlishaw. Due up for your Raiders in the first, Heinrich, Espinosa, and Salazar.
Yeah, and just doing a quick check. I'm going to just confirm. Wanted to see the matchup comparisons from our final game against Cedar Park in district play versus our game here. And, as we sort of figured, really not many changes. I do see a change in a name that I wasn't familiar with. Schneider was the starting first baseman, center fielder. And first baseman was Robertson. Robertson has actually moved over to left field, and we see O'Malley has made his way into first base. So few defensive changes from what we saw in regular season versus what we are seeing here in the playoffs. And, as we normally see, coaches have used the entire year just to solidify their line, solidify who's going to be in their lineup, where they're going to be at defensively. And, Coach, no changes. We're not really going to see many changes at all defensively for Coach Krimpine, and obviously just a couple here for Cedar Park. And we'll see how that affects their overall play and how they come out in this game.
We have some of the regional quarterfinal matchups available for you. We'll do that in between innings and also go over some of last week's scores from the area playoffs and who advanced in the other parts of the state. Leading off for your Raiders will be number 9, Rainer Heinrich. Richardson toes in on the rubber. He's pitching from the stretch. He will come set. And the first pitch is in for a strike, and we are underway here in Lago Vista.
Yeah, we get a mixed bag here with Rainer Heinrich. Sometimes he's all over that first pitch, driving it opposite field, pulling it whatever he sees fit with that particular pitch. And then other times he's ready to see a few as a leadoff, which is what you would expect.
The 0-1 to Heinrich. Breaking ball inside and low for ball 1. Nick Volker checking in. Thank you all for the play-by-play. Best in the business. Well, thank you for those kind words, Nick. We encourage everybody to chime in on the chat line that's listening in. And thank you for tuning in. NFHS is streaming this, and this is hit out to left. This is going to drop in for a base hit, and Rainer Heinrich with the leadoff single.
Not quite catching all of that was Rainer Heinrich, as it just was off the end of the bat, but strong enough to lift it over infield and drop it in front of the outfield. So a great leadoff single for Rainer Heinrich.
NFHS is broadcasting this, and it's actually the Cedar Park broadcast that has the NFHS affiliation, so you will be listening to their normal broadcaster for this, but it is behind a subscription paywall if you would like to see the game streamed live. Tyler Espinoza stands in. He will take for a strike. One on with no outs here in the top of the first.
Espy looking to be sporting some new kicks out there, Michael.
Yeah, I see that.
Nice shiny white shoes, white cleats.
Got a little mud on them, looks like. Richardson comes set. Espinoza shows bunt. He'll lay off. Gomez quickly out of his crouch and looks Heinrich back to first. 1-1.
Yeah, and again, as you can see on the screenshot, we are at Vikings Field here in Lago Vista. Yellow and blue are their colors, and very, very dominant is that blue throughout the field.
Espinoza shows bunt. He pulls his bat back. He'll swing and foul that one off for strike two. Andrew Kidhill chiming in. Steve and I say hello. Well, hello, Mr. Kidhill, and hopefully when this series is done,
we won't say what we're going to say, but hopefully we can say what we're going to say.
Jonathan will be able to,
we'll leave it
say
at
that at your request. Hope y'all are doing well. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
1-2 the count to Espinoza. Heinrich extends his lead at first. Richardson deals high. This is cut on as it's hit to short. Throw to second.
Safe.
In time. Throw to first. Not in time.
Oh.
The fielder's choice.
Oh.
By Tyler Espinoza. That'll go 6-4 on the putout of Heinrich.
So slow roller from Espinoza that Hedges fielded in the pocket and was able to flip throw over, and it was a bang play at second, but umpire was right there to be able to watch that play evolve and did get the out call against Rainer.
Well, we've definitely got a different crew. Oscar Salazar will stand in. A throw to first is not in time. Espinoza gets back safely.
I like this side better, actually. I get almost behind home plate, right?
Salazar waiting for his first pitch. Richardson takes a look back to second, and then he comes home, and Salazar will hit this one into left field. Espinoza rounds second, and he will hold up as Robertson played that quickly.
Yeah, a hit and run there, Coach. Called up by Coach Crimpine, something that has been very, very effective throughout the season, and especially off the bat of Oscar Salazar. He puts it out into left. Tyler Espinoza was really quick to round second, but again, Coach not really wanting to take another out at third base, trying to advance when he was easily there at second, especially with the hot bat of Landon Miller coming up.
Landon Miller at the plate. Xander Forcell on deck. Runners at first and second with one out here in the top of the first. Richardson will deal. This is popped up
low wind
and
blow.
Is going to go out of play, fortunately, for strike one.
Yeah, wind assisted as that was popped up directly over the front of home plate, but the wind, as it is howling, not sure that you can hear it in the mic at home, but howling and just pushes that foul over the backstop netting.
Christina Diaz checking in. Let's go Raiders. Thank you all for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball. Again, we'd like to remind you this is an audio-only broadcast, so you're just seeing a static picture. No 1 count to Landon Miller. Richardson taking his time on the mound, pitching from the stretch. When he's pitching from the stretch, Jonathan, and with men on base, he doesn't go into that rocking motion like he normally does. He'll rock 3 or 4 times and then throw. When men are on, he doesn't rock. The 0-1 pitch, this is fouled off for strike 2. As Miller chases one down and away.
Of course, Landon Miller being one of the big highlights of the area round against Alamo Heights, having 2 home runs in that series, none bigger than the deciding game first inning grand slam that he had.
0-2 the count to Miller. Richardson checks Espinoza at second. And he'll come home. That pitch outside for ball 1. Cedar Park fans not happy with that call.
Well, and they're down the third base line trying to read a pitch that's on the outside opposite up the first base line. So, visually it looks great as far as height, but we've got a good spot up here and is well into the batter's box.
Well, as Red Barber used to say, we're in the catbird seat.
Very cool.
The 1-2 pitch, that is cut on and hit over to third. Cuevas will step on third, and the throw to first will be in time, and that will do it. An inning-ending double play. That will go 5U, 5-3. And the Raiders get no runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. And after 1/2, we're scoreless here at Lago Vista. Due up for the Timberwolves in the first, Cuevas, Hedges, and Richardson. Defensively for your Raiders, on the mound, number 6, Gavin Silva. Behind the plate, number 14, Xander Forcell. At first base, number 8, Oscar Salazar. At second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, number 22, Nathan Miller. At short, number 7, Jacob Solis. In left, number 31, Adrian Graves. In center, number 10, Landon Miller. And in right, number 12, Tyler Espinoza.
And once again, Michael, no real changes, nothing new here. Ho-hum, keep it going. Same defense that Crimpine's been running out there 90% of the year. There's been a few changes here and there, and not really going to see any right now. What's working works. So just real quick, going over some of the area playoff scores from the area rounds here around the R5A, and let me find it here. All right, so area playoffs, Georgetown Eastview's run comes to an end, getting in their first playoff and winning their first series to make it to the area round. They won game 1 and then fall 10-2 and 10-1 to Magnolia. Magnolia advances. Georgetown fell in 2 to Lake Creek, who advanced. Magnolia West did take care of Elgin in 2 games as well. Bonita Valley obviously falling to Cedar Park, hence the reason why Cedar Park is here facing your Rouse Raiders. Rouse Raiders taking care of Alamo Heights going to game 3. Bernie Champion losing game 2 to run it to a game 3, and what a big game. They win 15-5 against MacArthur, advancing to the next round. And then Kerrville-Tivy, once again, just proving that they belong. They were the 4 seed out of 26-5A, taking care of the number 1 seed, Liberty Hill, and then in straight games, taking care of Southwest, winning 6-0 and 3-0, moving on to the regional quarterfinals.
Yeah, and like us in Cedar Park, common district opponents, Tivy and Champion are playing this week out of the same district as well.
And we'll go over those here in just a moment on
number 24,
the matchups here in your regional quarterfinals.
Meemaw and Papa checking in. Go Raiders, go Seniors, looking for a win. Silva will deal. That pitch misses low for ball 1 to Hudson Cuevas. Logan Hedges on deck. This has popped up. This could be playable, and it is not going to be as the wind carries it over the dugout and out of play.
Yeah, and folks at home, you're seeing the snapshot here. You're not missing much in the ability to see what the wind is doing, as we have no flags out in the outfield.
That pitch in for a strike against the outside corner. 1-2.
Yeah, no flags to really help us assist with understanding where's our wind coming from. It's one of those toss some grass up and see what happens. Gavin twisting his ankle, it looked like a little bit, hopping back gingerly as he makes his way to the back side of the mound, drawing a quick visit from Xander just to make sure everything's good. And Xander is now back behind the home plate.
2-2 the count.
Ready for the next pitch.
The 2-2 pitch, that is fouled away, and the count will remain even at 2. The 2-2 pitch, that's down and away for ball 3. Cuevas works it into a full count. Porcel gives the sign, and the payoff pitch. This is cut on and hit out to deep center, and that'll one hop to the fence, and Cuevas will have a leadoff double.
Yeah, he didn't miss any bit of that as he sent that deep, and Landon Miller picked up on it right away and retreating all the way as that hit at the base of the center field fence.
Stop number 15,
very
Logan
shallow
Hudson.
center field, very shallow fence all the way around until you get to right center, where right center starts, and you have about a 20 to 25 foot high wall. 25, I was correct. So 25-foot wall there with the big Vikings logo. Beautiful wall, but on a very short porch out to right field.
That will bring up Logan Hedges. Ambry, this is, unfortunately, it is an audio-only broadcast this time, so it's not that the screen is frozen. This is popped up and playable. Porcel underneath it. He'll make the catch as Hedges attempted a bunt.
And we will take that easy out there as Xander Porcel never even dropped his catcher's mask to make that catch. Only having to move about 5 to 10 feet up the third base line.
That'll bring up Brady Richardson. Unfortunately, Ambry, when we're in the playoffs, you have to request the permission to actually live stream. And NFHS, breaking ball in for a strike. NFHS selected to stream this game. Cedar Park is their VIPE team has a NFHS affiliation, so they're actually streaming for NFHS. And that restricted us to an audio-only broadcast. Throw back to second to keep Cuevas honest.
Tell you what, Gavin on that first strike ball was one of those great breaking pitches that he has. Starts out at the shoulder of the batter and snaps in for a strike call.
The 0-1 pitch. This is hit back to Silva. He'll throw to first, and that will retire Richardson. 1-3 on the putout. That'll bring up Drew Robertson. Robertson, left fielder for the Timberwolves.
Robertson.
I was able to get a quick little shot of what the dimensions here on the field are. We're 290 up the corners, foul poles left field and right, although it looks so much deeper out to left because of the wall in right, and we are 370 to the power alley. So that ball from the bat of Cuevas traveled all about 380, 385, 365, 360 to 365 to dead center.
First pitch to Robertson, high for ball 1. One and 0 the count to Robertson. Cuevas extends his lead at second. Breaking ball misses low for ball 1 or ball 2.
Yeah, 2-0.
Two and 0 the count. Silva from the stretch. He checks Cuevas at second. He'll come home. That's high for ball 3. Parker Green on deck.
3-0 here. We'll see with a runner in scoring position if Coach Forrest gives Robertson the green light, knowing that more than likely a strike down the middle is coming.
3-0, that's inside for ball 4, and
I couldn't be more further from the truth.
Robertson will draw the walk, and that'll put 2 on with 2 out for Parker Green.
Next for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, interesting.
2,
Silva
Parker
goes with
Green.
the breaking pitch there that, again, starts in on the shoulder of Robertson. Does break across, just stayed well too far inside to get a strike call, and he takes his free base.
Robertson extends his lead at first. Second base is currently occupied unless they put on a double steal. Pitch outside for ball 1 to Green. Carter Wohl on deck.
Yeah, Forsell sort of framing that one and pausing as he did not get the strike call as he was anticipating, and a little delayed throw back to Silva.
Swing and a miss for strike 1, and the count will even at 1.
Of course, that swing and a miss was way low. I mean, that actually bounced off of the plate.
Again, a big shout out and a thank you to our kind hosts. That pitch upstairs for ball 2. Setting us up here in the press box.
It's a big box, I'll tell you what, man. Big press box.
Talking about putting a couch and a sofa in here, and
TV.
You already got a microwave and a TV.
A Verbo.
The 2-1. That pitch is in for strike 2. 2-2 the count to Parker Green. Cedar Park Timberwolves are coached by Taylor Forrest. Breaking ball cut on and missed, and that will retire Parker Green and the Timberwolves. On to the second we go. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 2. And after 1 complete, we're scoreless here at Lago Vista. And bam, it is not frozen. It is a static picture. Unfortunately, NFHS wanted the rights to this game, so they denied us permission to live stream, and we can only do audio only.
Yeah, and of course you mentioned Taylor Forrest, the coach for Cedar Park, and he was fortunate enough to be named last year as the Central Texas All-Star South head coach for the All-Star game, and he will be relieved this year by our own Coach Krempine, who has been named the head coach for the South side or South Division for the All-Star game that will be played out at Dell Diamond just prior to the start of the state tournament.
Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2024 State Baseball Tournament, taking place Wednesday, June 5th through Saturday, June 8th. These games will be played at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, with Conference 4A games taking place at the historic Dish Falk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. Brady Richardson back out on the mound to pitch the second. Due up for the Raiders in the second. Forsell, Miller, and Sanchez.
Second for the Raiders.
Yeah, and again,
14,
part of the lineup that has really come alive here in the playoffs, Xander Forsell running a mean streak coming down the stretch in district play, just otherwise known as the X Factor and the extra base king throughout the district play, as he was just double after double, sprinkling in a triple.
The first pitch is sent foul for strike 1.
And just comes in swinging a really solid bat.
Nathan Miller on deck. Amanda Correjo checking in. Hey, Francis and Kaspar rooting for a Raider repeat over CP. Correjo crew, miss y'all. We miss y'all too. I saw Coco.
Coco Rejo is in the house.
Coco before the game. It's good to see him. That pitch misses low for ball 1, and that will even things up. Coco sporting a mustache
They all are, right?
Yeah.
It's like Kaspar's got his little peach fuzz mustache going on and trying to trim it up and make it look clean and neat. So, man, I can't even see it, bro. Come on, man. Put some dye in that thing.
Check swing. He holds up. And the umpire said he went around at first base for strike 2.
Honestly, I thought it would have been called a strike even without the check swing portion of it, but the home plate umpire didn't think so, and we'll have to keep an eye on
You talk
that.
about somebody crowding the plate. Look where his feet are.
Oh, yes.
1-2 the count. Richardson will deal. That pitch misses. I don't know where, but it missed for ball 2.
Outside,
And
and
I guess if anything, it might have been low.
got a good spot here, really right behind home plate. I'm still a little bit up the third base line, but not by much. And
2-2. Richardson rocks and gets ready to deal. The 2-2 pitch. This is popped up and goes foul.
yeah, once
and
again,
out of play.
wind assisted foul ball there, as anything that seems to be getting up in the air is being pushed behind us or to the foul territory. And
so several
that wind.
Several Raider alumni are in the house. I talked with C5 and I talked with Blake Gonzalez. Former, or I guess you could say Raider legends, right? The 2-2 pitch, that's down and away for ball 3, and Forsell works it full.
Even if in their own mind,
So Carter telling me he's finished at Wharton and he's done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to transfer, but he's done with baseball, I believe.
Okay.
Made a lot of great friends, a lot of great memories there. The payoff pitch, that's inside for ball 4. Oh, no, he called it a strike. Wow, that almost hit him on the knees.
How does it get called a strike when he's literally hovering over the top of the line for the batter's box and it almost brushes over his shoulder?
Number 22, Nathan Miller.
Well, at any rate, that is an out. As he's caught looking, that'll bring up Nathan Miller. I thought for sure that was a ball. The first pitch to Miller, that gets the outside corner for strike 1.
I saw an actual MLB hitting coach talking about that exact same thing right there. And I'll let this pitch come down and I'll see if I can hit on it real quick.
The 0-1, this is cut on. It's hit over to second. Green has it. The throw to first will be in time, and that will do it for Nathan Miller, 4-3.
He's basically saying that the tendencies for
amateur
11, hitters, and we'll just say high school, collegiate, they're all amateur hitters, right? They haven't made it to the majors, is to crowd the plate. And they said one thing that does, it creates a situation where the umpire is not watching the plate so much as he is the batter and is calling a lot more pitches that are 2 and 3 and 4 balls outside the plate a strike because of where the batter is at.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
And he says one thing they do at the major league level, or one thing he does, is he has them scoot back a little bit and actually still allows them to cover the outer half plate pitch.
Andrew Sanchez at the plate. Jacob Solis on deck. The 0-1. This is hit back up to short. Hedges has it. The throw to first will be in time as the throw pulls O'Malley off, but he applies the tag as Sanchez goes by, and the Raiders go in order. That'll go 6-3 on the putout of Sanchez to end the Raiders' second. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Timberwolves in the bottom. Wohl, Kalishaw, and O'Malley. I want to take this opportunity to recognize our double and triple sponsors. Austin Summit Group, Terry McDaniel and Company Investment, Team Guerrero. Thank you for your fine sponsorship of Rouse Raider Baseball. We also recognize our triple sponsors, B to Z Engineering and 4-Wheel Parts. Thank you for your kind and valuable support of Rouse Raider Baseball. It is very appreciated. Gavin Silva back out on the mound to pitch the second. As we have a scoreless contest so far. Neither team able to take care of their base runners in the first.
Correct, as we
Leading
did
off the
see
bottom of
both
the
teams
second for
be
the
able to get somebody to
Timberwolves, number
second,
7,
but not to
Carter
advance past that. Of course, each one of them also getting their leadoff batter on in the first.
Lowell will get called for a strike. He checks his swing, but the pitch was a strike. Lowell is actually hitting for the catcher, Christian Gomez. The 0-1 pitch, that's low for ball one. 1-1. Silva from the windup, that pitch sails outside for ball two. The 2-1 pitch, a fastball low for ball two, or ball three. 3-1, the count to Lowell. The 3-1 is outside for ball four, and Lowell will draw the leadoff walk. That'll bring up the right fielder, Jake Calishaw. Coach Crimpin's going to take this opportunity to call time. He's going to head out and talk to his infield.
Well, also starting to notice that sometimes we can see Gavin Silva get into a little bit of a off rhythm where he's starting that breaking pitch over the middle. And again, Cedar Park knows us so well, right? They've seen us year in and year out. A lot of the same guys. We've seen them 2 times already this year. And most of these guys we saw last year as well, having graduated several seniors. But again, a lot of these names we've seen over the last couple of years. And they recognize that Gavin Silva, his out pitch and one of his most dominant pitches is that breaking ball. And if he's starting it over the middle and it's breaking, if you're able to pick up on the spin of those seams, lay off of it.
Up
It's
next,
not going to
number
finish in the
12,
strike
Jake
zone. And
Calishaw.
maybe coach is starting to see a little bit of that and wants to just a quick adjustment, right? Small adjustments is all it needs from Gavin Silva.
That'll bring up Jake Calishaw as he will stand in, and we're back underway. Calishaw shows bunt. The throw to first, not in time, as Lowell gets back in safely. Porcel runs back through the signs. He'll call time. He's going to step out. Not sure his headset may not be working, Jonathan. Veronica Arnold checking in. Let's go Raiders. That is hit out towards center, and what a play by Rainer Heinrich. Oh, my gosh.
We can't
Superman again.
We can't even say what a play. It's normal for that young man right there. Rainer Heinrich comes out
Opposite
of
glove
nowhere
hand
and
robs
Now batting number
Calishaw
18,
of a
Luke
base
Madden.
hit.
It's a no doubt. It's going to drop in front of Landon Miller, and you're just expecting Landon Miller's ready to get it on the hop, and out of nowhere comes Rainer Heinrich, absolutely laid out parallel with the ground and snags the ball. Wow.
That'll bring up Luke O'Malley. O'Malley will foul this one out of play for strike one. Got to give Heinrich the ba-da-da-da-da-da. Man, what a play by that young man.
And crazy enough, Wall was actually able to get back to first in enough time because you figure he was off to the races expecting that to be a base hit.
That pitch will sail high for ball one. One on with one out for O'Malley.
Yeah, unbelievable. He's making it routine. The not routine look routine.
The 1-1 pitch. That's in for a strike. That breaking ball that breaks outside and then cuts back across the plate.
Yes, sir. It's so hard to hit off of that. You just really don't know. Is it going to stay inside and get a ball, or is it going to have that late snap?
That is fouled off, and O'Malley will get another opportunity. Traveling Dad, the video is not frozen. That is a steal shot. Unfortunately, in the playoffs, we have to be granted permission to live stream, and we were denied permission because NFHS, an exclusive partner of the UIL, selected this game. That pitch will be fouled off and out of play. One and two, the count to O'Malley. And we're actually looking into some sort of affiliate relationship with NFHS as well so that we can bring you these games, but unfortunately that is behind a subscription paywall. That pitch was down and away for ball 2. 2-2.
Yeah, and having paid into that last year to watch a few of the games that I was interested in, Round Rock and so on.
Foul tip into the glove for strike 3, and that will do it for O'Malley.
There was there was at least last year. I'm not saying that that's necessarily going to be the case. If you were to subscribe to the NFHS broadcast, watch that while listening to our audio only. Last year was a extreme lag that I was able to give my login to some friends of mine to be able to watch the game at home.
Throw over to first, not in time. Great effort by Oscar Salazar to keep that from going into foul territory and carry him off the dugout. Matt Galindo representing the 9th batter in the order. That one is fouled off for a strike.
Yeah, just barely missing that one was Galindo.
So what that picture is, that's actually a picture of the Raiders during their in and out warm-up prior to game start. 0-1, the count to Galindo. That is fouled off for strike 2. Hudson Cuevas on deck.
Galindo trying to make every opportunity he can of this at bat. He's absolutely swinging at everything. That was a very high pitch. Still able to get a piece of it, but fouling that off of his ankle.
Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it. The Timberwolves get no runs on no hits. They leave one. After 2 complete, we're scoreless here at Lago Vista.
I think Silva recognizing that he was offering at most pitches there as he just climbed the ladder and got him to swing at a high fastball.
Due up for the Raiders, Solis, Silva, and Heinrich. We want to recognize our home run sponsors. Tumble 22 in Cedar Park, Mode Design Company, Ubitz Environmental, Toyota of Cedar Park, and Mack Hike Ford of Georgetown. Thank you for your sponsorship of Rouse Raider Baseball. Why don't we go over some of those regional quarterfinal matchups, John?
Yes, sir. Regional quarter matchups, again, as we do see, we have tonight our game here, Cedar Park versus Leander. Now, Cedar Park is the higher seed, so they are the home team here for game 1. A little 30-minute delay here, but we did get this game underway, and it looks like we're going to be able to get this game in its duration. Game 2 will be at Georgetown Field, high school field, at 7 o'clock is first pitch. Again, weather, barring any weather issues, and then game 3, if needed, will be Saturday in Georgetown. Brownsville Vets Memorial plays Victoria East. Bernie Champion, as we mentioned, matchup of 26-5A against Kerrville Tivy, and then McAllen plays McAllen Memorial in the regional quarters.
Jacob Solis.
Jacob Solis makes his way to the plate. for his first at bat of the night. Brady Richardson back out on the mound. Solis will call time and step out. So along with the turf that Rouse will have next year, they will also have a metal fence along the outfield perimeter. First pitch to Solis inside for ball one.
Jacob Solis representing the lone underclassman here on your Rouse Raider lineup. Only a sophomore this year, so really getting a chance to see him early, and we'll get to see a lot more of him over the next few years as he grows and gets stronger. Really solid defensive player.
1-0. That pitch down the middle for strike one. One the count. Gavin Silva on deck. Gomez gives the sign. Richardson goes through his rocking back and forth motion. That pitch inside for ball two. The Raiders win in order in the second. They're hoping to avoid that.
Yeah, one thing that we see a lot here from Jacob Solis, he loves pulling that ball, and I'm watching Hudson Cuevas over there at third, right on the.
That pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Solis was calling time, and the umpire was not giving it to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's nothing that you can't expect that it will happen for him every time. And
2-2 the count to Solis. Richardson deals. This is cut on and hit down to third. Cuevas has it. The throw to first in time, and that will retire Solis for out number one. 5-3 on the putout.
As I mentioned,
number
Solis
6,
loves
Gavin
pulling
Silva.
that ball, and if he was able to sneak one there down the third baseline with some pep, that would have allowed Cuevas maybe not to react as fast, but that was right at him and gave him plenty of opportunity with him playing level with the bag to make an easy throw over to get Solis as fast as he is, still be able to get him at first.
Gavin Silva stands in. Rainer Heinrich on deck. First pitch to Silva is in for a strike.
You hear good call, Blue, and then you hear terrible.
I guess it depends on the side you're on.
It's a matter of perspective. It's all
Silva
a
will
matter
call
of
time. He'll
perspective.
step out as Richardson taking a long time on the mound.
Extreme long time, and that's, he's...
when we played the first time when we played him, he was very methodical and didn't take an inordinate amount of time, but today he's taking a little more time. That pitch will go to the backstop for ball one, and that will even it up.
Well, there could be two takes on that. It could be a situation of where he's feeling the moment. It's a regional quarter. They've lost to us 2 previous times in this same spot. Really wanting to perform for his team, for his buddies, for his fans, for his family, and could be feeling it, or he could just be trying to get in the heads of the batters for Rouse.
That is lifted into left center. Galindo comes in on it, and he'll make the catch, and that will do it for Silva.
Yeah, Galindo really not understanding whether that ball was going to travel or fall in as he came in, put on the brakes, and just trying to make sure he settled underneath
Rainer
that. Rainer.
That'll bring
Heinrich.
up Nerner Heinrich.
Nerner.
Or Nerner Henrich.
Rainer Heinrich.
As he's been called in some places.
Henrich. He's had Henrich. He's had Raynar. That was down in Laredo.
Heinrich calls time. He'll step out of the box. And
of course, we just know him as Nerner.
Heinrich with that outstanding play back in the second. He's 1 for 1 with a leadoff single. Richardson wants him to go back through this. Wants Gomez to go back through the signs again.
Well, I don't know. The home plate umpire was actually looking there down the first base line towards the dugout, and when he called time.
The first pitch, that will go to the backstop for ball one.
And I'm going to say that there's a little bit more nerves, very possible, in that pitching delivery delay that we're seeing from Richardson than him trying to get into the head of the batters, as he's spiked now 3 pitches out of the last probably 5, well in front of home plate.
The 1-0, he lays off for ball two, a pitch low. Tyler Espinoza on deck.
You know, now that we have the top of the lineup, if they can show some patience here and really make him pitch to them and get a couple of base runners out there, we know what can happen with the bat of Oscar Salazar and Landon Miller in the 3 and 4 spots.
The 2-0 pitch, a breaking ball, misses inside for ball 3. And that will draw the angst of the Cedar Park crowd. They felt that was definitely a strike.
It looked pretty good from here. I'm not going to argue that one. I mean, that really looked like a good pitch. I mean, Rayner is a very squatty batter in his stance, and that does have a tendency to change a little bit of the eyesight of the umpire.
The 3-0, that pitch in for a strike.
Same pitch. Same pitch. He calls the strike there, so possibly a little lower. That one was possibly a little bit lower.
3-1.
Zone.
3-1. This is hit out to right. Kalashaw over to it. He'll make the catch, and that will do it. The Raiders go in order in the third. On to the bottom we go. No runs, no hits. Nobody left on, and that's what you get when you go in order.
Yes, sir. Bottom of the lineup back, to the top, and now we'll get to start off with the 2-3-4 hitter in the top of the fourth.
Leading off for the Timberwolves, they're your 1, 2, and 3 batters. Hudson Cuevas, Logan Hedges, and Brady Richardson. So you go over the bracket, Jonathan, and you can see the matchups. The matchups for us, the winner of this series will face the winner of the Brownsville Veterans Memorial Victoria East matchup.
Correct. And then, of course, we flip down to the lower half, and we will see, obviously, Bernie Champion playing against Tybee. Again, the 26-5A winner of that will face McAllen, because they're both McAllen, right?
Right, yeah.
McAllen Memorial and McAllen playing against each other, and that will see that. On the flip side, you have Lone Star and Walnut Grove going at each other here in the regional quarters. Lufkin and Forney. Forney, I remember them from 2021. They were late in the playoffs. Wilson versus Frisco, and Hallsville versus Lovejoy. Lovejoy, again, one of those guys that have always been in the top 25 year in and year out. A great program down there.
Third for the Timberwolves.
Hallsville also being somebody that was a familiar name in the 2021 state playoffs.
Hudson Cuevas makes his way to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a leadoff double back in the first. Gavin Silva will deal inside for ball 1.
Xander moving up a little bit to deliver that ball back to Gavin. Maybe just a quick little motion glance at him.
The 1-0, that's outside for ball 2.
Love Xander always doing what he can to try to sneak in a little side door possible strike call with the glove work.
2-0 the count to Cuevas. 2-0 pitch. That gets the outside corner for strike 1. Cuevas was in a full count when he hit that double. Breaking ball low for ball 3. Silva comes set. The 3-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 4. And Silva issues his third free pass of the evening.
Up next, number 15, Logan Hedges.
That'll bring up Logan Hedges. He popped up to the catcher his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
And 3 walks to go with the 3 strikeouts here for Gavin Silva.
Breaking ball sails high as Cuevas or Miller crashing down hard down the third baseline. 1-0 the count. Cuevas extends his lead at first. This is hit out to right, and Tyler Espinoza will make the catch, and Cuevas will head back to first base.
I'll tell you what, he's lucky he did head back quickly because you don't want to test that arm of Tyler
next, number
Espinoza out
13.
there in right field. He has an
Brady
absolute
Richardson.
cannon and will love to get him a double play there if he has a runner that gets a little lazy on his way back to first.
That'll bring up Brady Richardson. Richardson is 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. That pitch in for a strike.
Such a hard ball to hit right there. I mean, how quick are your hands as a batter to be able to try to react on a ball that's breaking in and just barely catching the back corner of the plate for a strike?
Forcell gives a sign. Silva comes set. Breaking ball gets the outside corner for strike 2. Nothing and 2 the count to Richardson. The 0-2 pitch, that's high and outside for ball 1. Somebody's looking for Daddy.
Daddy!
1-2, a breaking ball catches him looking for strike 3.
Wow. Loves living on the inside. I'll tell you what, Gavin, when he has that pitch going, is almost unhittable.
Batting number
That'll
9,
bring up
Drew
Robertson. He's 0 for 0. He drew a walk his first time up. He's one of those 3 walks that Silva has given up.
Yeah, and I was going to say, with that pitch working and him being almost unhittable, he's shown that on a solid run earlier in the year.
That pitch high and inside for ball 1.
Having pitched 2.5 games without giving up a hit, did Gavin Silva earlier in the year.
The 1-0 delivery. That'll get the outside corner for strike 1. That pitch is fouled off for strike 2. 1-2.
Michael, something I've had my eye on, knowing how well Andrew Kithill pitched in 2021 off the arm, over 100 strikeouts on the season. I believe it was 110 was possibly the final number. I've really been keeping an eye on Gavin Silva and Oscar Salazar, who've been ringing up those strikeouts throughout the year.
The 1-2 pitch, that's high for ball 2.
Coming into this week, they both were sitting at 87. So now we have Gavin Silva with 4 strikeouts tonight at 91. So very likely if we can advance beyond or possibly have a strong outing.
2-2. Wow. Not sure where that one missed.
Yeah,
but low, and that will take the count full.
But I'm not going to say that he can't have another 9 strikeouts in this game here and get to that 100, that century mark.
Payoff pitch coming up. Cuevas takes off down to second. That ball will be hit foul down the first baseline, and Cuevas will turn around and head back.
Second time he's attempted doing that, as he
And
did have the hit and run on the fly ball out to Tyler Espinosa.
Robertson thankful that it did go foul because it was headed right for Oscar Salazar. It would have been an easy put out. Throw over to first, not in time. I'll tell you what, Silva throws on a frozen rope, man,
Yes,
when
he
he's throwing to
does.
first.
He gets that momentum going there, and as long as you're on line, man, you can really let it fly.
The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that will do it. He picks up strikeout number 5. No runs on no hits. They leave one. On to the fourth we go. We're scoreless in Lago Vista.
Yeah, and we're going to come up with the 2, 3, and 4 batters here for the Rouse Raiders, and a great opportunity here to allow them to move on.
Our Grand Slam sponsors, Pulley offers Texas construction teams a new take on building permitting. As your expediter, Ashley Knight ensures accurate permit requirements, fewer rounds of comments, and full visibility at every step so you can break ground sooner. Faster permits in Texas starting today. Energy for Purpose. We perform energy audits for a purpose, stewarding energy use to impact the most vulnerable. Thank you for your kind and generous support of Rouse Raider Baseball.
Yes, sir. Greatly appreciated. We know we couldn't do anything without the support of our just really local businesses, fans, folks at home. I mean, we really appreciate everything that you contribute to the program year in and year out.
Due up for the Raiders in the fourth, Tyler Espinosa, Oscar Salazar, and Landon Miller. Snoop Daniel checking in. Thank you, Snoop, for the kind and generous donation and your sponsorship of Rouse Raider Baseball.
Yes, sir.
Brady Richardson back out on the mound to pitch the fourth.
Leading off number 12, Tyler Espinosa.
As Tyler Espinosa will get us started here in the top. Oscar Salazar on deck. That pitch misses inside for ball 1. So I figured out what it is. So the Raiders are chiming on every rock that he does. So you can tell how many counts he rocks by the Raider dugout. The 1-0, that hits him. And Espinosa will
keeps that on base percentage. I'll tell you what, nobody better than Tyler Espinosa on finding ways to get on the base path. And
well, I can reminiscing going back to last year, Joe Sparshoot.
Yes, sir.
That kid got hit more times than anybody I know. Oscar Salazar, little shotty. He took more pitches on the arm than any other Raider. Oscar Salazar will stand in. He is 1 for 1 with a single. He will show bunt and lay off. The pitch goes way outside for ball 1.
Oscar Salazar, your 5A state leader in RBIs.
Richardson comes set. The 1-0, that's in the turf. And Gomez will go after it. And actually kind of pushes Salazar out of the box.
Yeah, he did. And Salazar has every right to stay in that box as long as he doesn't move. And, yeah, there was definitely some quick movement and contact. Oscar backed off, though. And
2-0.
Doesn't want to obviously get injured.
Throw to first, not in time as Espinosa gets back over safely. Landon Miller on deck. Richardson taking a long look. He checks the runner over his right shoulder. That pitch misses low for ball 3.
Not sure you want to walk Oscar to get to Landon.
Yeah, that's not always a good take, especially here as of late with the hot bat that Miller's had. Fastball down the middle. Salazar had take all the way. That pitch in for strike 1.
Yeah, it didn't work too well for Alamo Heights in last Saturday's game.
Again, a throw over to first, and it's not in time. Espinoza easily back safe.
Yeah, of course, eventually it did lead to a intentional walk of Landon Miller as they were tired of watching him bounce balls off the wall and over the wall.
3-1 the count to Salazar. The 3-1 pitch. That's low for ball 4, and Richardson gives up his first walk of the night. And he's given up 2 free passes. Well, you say a free pass. I never really consider a hit by pitch a free pass. It's kind of a painful way to get on base.
Only if it's a fastball, right? I mean, you really want them to take it whenever they throw that little breaking pitch, that off-speed, that changeup that gets a little off the fingers there and, barely gets to you and bounces off the off the back. It's like, oh, you got to fall down on the ground
Up
on
next
those.
for the Raiders,
Ow,
number
it
10,
hurt.
Landon Miller.
Momo checking in. Let's go, Raiders. Momo and Popo. Landon Miller will stand in. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time up in an inning double play. Runners at first and second with no outs here in the top of the 4th. Miller shows bunt, and he pops it up, and that'll be caught by Richardson.
I'll tell you what, talking
Up next,
about the
number 14,
Rouse alumni,
Sander
that is
Fortel.
That is the Rouse alumni making their way outfield. Right there in dead center is C5.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised they didn't call an infield fly on that one. Xander Forcell, 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. Richardson takes a long look at Espinoza back at second. Forcell will call time, and Richardson will
no pitch.
Throw home as he was already in his motion, but he took such a long time.
Extreme long time, as he has been doing pretty regularly. And I was going to say, taking in the game from just beyond left field is Gonzo and Coco Correjo.
I'm looking at that right center gap out there, Jonathan. Boy, that would be sweet if he could put one over there. That will get away from Gomez and go to the backstop and carry him off, and the runners will advance on the wild pitch.
Well, we have our first runner of the game making their way over to third base for either side.
Team.
Yes, sir. Talking about just beyond center field wall.
Yeah, we got some
C5 and Caden Kaspar.
How about that? 1-0 the count to Forcell.
Yeah, Blake Gonzalez, Colin out there in left field.
That pitch outside for ball 2.
Don't know if I can make out who's out there with.
2-0. Nathan Miller on deck. Richardson comes set. The 2-0. That misses outside, but that was a great pitch.
Was a great pitch.
My goodness.
I don't know where that one missed. I mean, it didn't look low, didn't look outside, catching a good part of the outer half of the plate. And
Nana says hi to Blake and the crew. Go Raiders. I got the opportunity to talk to Blake before the game.
I know Gomez and Richardson
Talked
were
to him about
disgusted with that one.
his season at UMHB. The 3-0 pitch. Well, that's that same pitch. He calls it a strike that time.
Same pitch. Maybe about a half a ball more in, was that one. But really.
3-1, the count to Forcell. Richardson has the sign. He's going through his rocking motion. The 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. And the count goes full.
Yeah, Xander not quite staying in on that pitch right there as it broke just outside of the reach of the bat. And it's one of those you really wanted back as he sort of popped the bat and just like, man, I just missed that one.
Payoff pitch coming up. And the pitch. This is hit to short. The throw home will be in time, and a tag, and that'll see Espinoza out, as Oscar didn't relinquish the bag that time. So a fielder's choice by Xander Forcell, and that will go
Hedges. Yes.
6-5.
Tell you what, Hedges playing in sort of the hot box there, as that was absolutely smoked right at him, able to play the ball off the ground, off the hop, and make the quick throw to home and get Tyler. And, again, as you just mentioned, not falling victim to what happened in the Alamo Heights game that saw the double play happen, double play there with Tyler getting caught.
Runners on the corners for Nathan Miller. Miller is 0 for 1. He grounded to second his first time up, and he will take high for ball 1.
So they learn from their mistakes, right? That's all we can hope for as these young players make their way through the playoffs and hopefully on to the next level, as all of them will.
Richardson checking over his shoulder. That pitch in for a strike. That will even the count at 1.
Yeah, check swing by Nathan Miller, but was called a strike.
One and 1 the count. The 1-1 pitch. That'll go to the backstop. To Gamez's legs, and Oscar Salazar will score.
And we have our first run of the game, folks. Pass ball gets underneath the glove of Gomez. Oscar right on it, immediately recognizing that got away and able to make his way down the line.
Two and 1 to count to Nathan Miller. Dawson Snow standing at second base. Courtesy running for Xander Forcell. The 2-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. Deuce is wild for Nathan Miller. The 2-2 pitch, he lays off for ball 3, and the count works full. Camino Stapleton checking in. It's playoff baseball time in Texas. Way to go, boys.
Yes, sir, it is.
You got that right. Thank you for tuning in. Thank all of you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. Richardson comes set. He checks no back at second. Miller will foul this one off on what would have been ball 4.
Yeah, but that's what you hope.
You got to defend, right?
Right.
That's what we talked about. If it's
anything
close,
yes, sir.
you better be
close.
swinging the bat.
Anything close, foul it off, see another pitch. Stay alive in the at-bat. Maybe you get an opportunity to see a mistake on the part of Richardson to leave something fat right over the middle of the plate that you can handle.
Andrew Sanchez on deck. Miller sends this
Just
one out
like
to
that.
right center.
Just like that.
And that one hopped the fence. Snow will score. Nathan Miller with a stand-up double.
Wow, Nathan Miller legs out a double. Oh, my goodness.
I think you're scoring. Our fans are saying, did they score? Yes, they scored.
And they scored again. There we go, folks.
All right, Jonathan falling asleep at the wheel. Nathan Miller with an RBI double. And the Raiders lead it 2-0.
And in comes
43. Is that Knight?
No, Knight's
Mason
42.
Knight. Oh, that's 42.
That's Scott Knight.
Scott Knight will pinch run for Nathan Miller. And Coach Crimping has nothing but great things to say about Scott Knight.
Yes, I mean, we thought possibly we could have seen him make his
number
way into some
Andrew Sanchez.
games previously in the year, and great infield, great bat. As he's had multiple home runs at the JV level this year in the same ballparks that our boys are playing in on varsity.
Andrew Sanchez digs in. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time up. That pitch sails high for ball 1. And we're definitely not seeing the same stuff we saw from Brady Richardson in game 1 of the district series.
I'll tell you what, he kept our guys off balance throughout that entire game. But again, as you mentioned, was really working a lot quicker in and out of the lineup, and really not seeing that tonight as he's just.
That pitch high for ball 2. And you don't know how much it plays in the head of a pitcher when the opposite team is picking up on their eccentricities of the rocking. And so they're making noise every time he squishes the bug, I guess you could say. And so how much does that actually play into the thinking of the pitcher on the mound?
Clear the mechanism.
To know the count to Sanchez. Richardson will check. Knight at second. He'll come home. That pitch inside for ball 3.
Sanchez actually asked for time as well right there. It was not given to him as he, again, recognizes that and stayed in the at-bat and got the ball call there, but he had all put his hands up, hoping to get the timeout call, and umps, I guess, tired of giving it to him, but at the same time, you got to put a pitch clock on.
Pitch outside for ball 4, and Richardson issues his second walk of the inning.
One of my favorite lines there in one of the Kevin Costner movies there, For the Love of the Game.
Next up, number 7,
as he was
Jacob
the Detroit
Solis.
Tigers pitcher, and he came in and he says, clear the mechanism. And it shows him sort of zoning out and just taking all the loud crowd noise and it just going away and everything being quiet in his mind. And
Coach
that's all he
Forrest
can try to do as a pitcher.
Coach Forrest will call time, and he's going to come talk to his pitcher. I don't see any activity going in the Cedar Park bullpen. It's at an angle, so it's hard to see from the press box.
I don't see anybody. I should be able to see somebody
Ricardo
on the far
Ricardo
side.
is letting us know there's nobody there.
Correct, yeah, and they did give me a confirmation with the angle that it sits at. Again, an angled foul territory does have the ability to see somebody standing up, and yeah, nobody over there yet.
2 on, runners at first and second with 2 outs for Jacob Solis. Solis grounded the third his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
And with 2 outs, having a lot of bodies there at the disposal of Coach Crimpine, he is leaving Andrew Sanchez in to run for himself.
Look who's on deck.
Oh, Gonzo Jr.
Richardson taking a long time. That pitch will get away from Gomez. And throw down the third will not be in time. And Scott Knight is at third base.
Yes, he was. And lightning fast there. Scott wasting zero time to make his name known, as the Knight boys are super fast. Jack Knight, base running specialist in his time here with the Raiders. He graduated last year, spoke to his dad before the game, and he is going to UTSA, enjoying frat life.
Look to see they may make another pinch runner.
Now that, and again, also recognizing that's
that number, that's Robert Turbay.
That's Turbay, yes, sir.
He will pinch run for the designated hitter.
Turbay is 18.
That is 18. 1-0 the count to Solis. Richardson will deal. That's out high and outside for ball 2. Gomez gives the sign. The 2-0 pitch. That's inside.
Yeah.
For
great
for
pitch.
Strike.
It's a strike. I don't know what everybody's
I don't know what the complaint is. That was a strike for sure. But then again, that's the Rouse along the first baseline. So it looks good from their vantage point, or looks out from their vantage point. But from here, behind the plate, it looks pretty good. The 2-1, this is fouled back for strike 2, and that will even things up at 2.
Just missing that one, able to send that one down the line possibly for played another run, but fouls that off, just barely missing it.
I'll tell you what, if he could get that over Cuevas' head at third, that would be a gem. Deuce is wild, and that will catch him looking. Now the outside pitch called a strike. Interesting. And I guess that was a makeup call.
Yeah, I was about to say, he figured Iota won, to the Cedar Park guys with pitch previous.
Raiders get 2 runs on 1 hit, and they leave 2.
All right.
On 2, the bottom we go. Raiders leading this one 2-0.
Visit us in the concession stands. We have
Parker Green, Carter Wohl, and Jake Calishaw are due up.
Alongside with amazing baseball in the field. So
Gavin Silva makes his way back out to the mound. We want to take this opportunity to recognize our walk-off level sponsor, Brandon Puffer and the fine folks at GPS Legends Baseball. With over 50 years of professional playing experience on staff, we help young men find their direction on and off the field. It's bigger than baseball. And the fine folks at GPS Legends, and of course the book out by Brandon Puffer called From the Bullpen to the State Pen, and a book about bad choices and redemption, and the great things that he's doing to help young men that love this game so very much, Jonathan.
Yes, sir, and can't say enough for those gentlemen that come in and let their life lessons become learning lessons for the younger generation, right? And you know, it comes from the heart, really does. And you hope that the younger generation now accept those stories and accept
number
the
2,
words of
Parker
wisdom and
Green.
knowledge that they are able to listen to from those coaches.
Green makes his way to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. First pitch by Silva, in for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. That is cut on and hit out to left, shallow left center, and Green will get his leadoff base hit. Carter Wohl will come to the plate. Wohl
Up next, number
is
7,
0 for 0.
Carter
He drew a
Wohl.
walk his first time up. Silva toes in. He'll throw to first. And Green will get back in time. He threw that thing so hard. You see Oscar's arm go
Oscar
back.
just snapped back, you know, making sure he had that ball. You know, you do not want that possibly getting by him and making its way into the dugout. With these dugouts are well up the
Fastball down the middle for strike 2, or strike 1.
well up the lines, a little bit deeper down the lines than what is norm from what I can see here.
The 0-1. That's in for a strike. A little off-speed action. Well, somebody said it right. He's all over the place.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
That
Strike
was a
3. Breaking ball. Catches him looking. For out number 1. And that will bring up Jake Kalishaw. Kalishaw is 0 for 1. He lined out to Rainer Heinrich.
If you want to call it a line out.
Well, I mean,
it was a stolen hit.
It was a stolen hit, but you got to, I mean, it was a line shot.
It was a great
but a
shot.
Outstanding effort by Rainer Heinrich. Breaking ball down and away for ball 1.
Great at bat by Kalishaw, overshadowed by an even better defensive play from Rainer Heinrich.
He jumped on the first pitch.
Yes, he did.
1-0. That misses outside for ball 2. Sounds like we got Indians around here. The 2-0. Interesting. What he called a strike a while ago, he did not call a strike this time. 3-0. The count to Jake Kalishaw.
Is there softball games going? Or
Luke O'Malley on deck. The 3-0 pitch. That's down the middle for a strike. And the count will go 3-1. The 3-1 delivery. This is fouled back, and the count will go full.
Yeah, and the double play ball well alive here for the Raider defense, and looking to get a ground ball that they can handle and turn that.
Kaspar Damas calling a double play right here. The payoff pitch catches him looking for strike 3.
That was definitely a no-doubter, as again, the breaking pitch has been the go-to out.
That is strikeout
Gavin Silva.
number 7 for
18,
Gavin
Luke
Silva.
O'Malley.
7 would put him 6 shy of the 100 mark.
That will bring up Luke O'Malley. O'Malley, a strikeout victim back in the second.
And we're still very early in this game, so I'm not going to rule out 6 more strikeouts here for Silva.
O'Malley batting from the left side. That pitch high and inside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That's down the middle for a strike. 1-1 the count.
And at some point in time, you got to understand they've jumped on a couple of first pitches to get some hits in this game. Has Cedar Park, and
breaking ball in for a ball that bounces off of Green and
out into shallow left field, able to be played by Adrian Graves with Rainer Heinrich giving chase. And
I'm assuming that was a ball.
Was a ball? Okay. Oh, he called it a strike.
I thought it was a strike.
It looked like a ball, but it was called
it looked like a
strike.
Oh. It looked like a strike, and I thought he might have called it a ball. So, or at least from my vantage point.
Yeah, 1-2. Great jump by Green, though.
Swing and a miss, a drop third strike. He'll be tagged out by Porcel. That will go K2. And Silva with strikeout number 8. On to the 5th we go. They get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. After 4 complete, it's 2-0 Rouse. Due up for the Raiders. Silva, Heinrich, and Espinoza. And as we saw a while ago, it was Mason
Gonzalez was up, and he still has a bat in his hand as he is going to remain in that spot for Gavin Silva. So, again, Gavin Silva seeing himself in and out of the offensive lineup for the Raiders. Sometimes hitting for himself here late in the season as a pitcher. Other times he finds himself after pitching game 1, going into game 2, he will be the starting starting third baseman as Nathan Miller makes his way to first, as is the tradition with Oscar Salazar on the bump in game 2s. Gavin Silva sometimes getting to hit for himself, sometimes being hit for, and it's a little bit of a rotation there. Coach just trying to find lightning strike, right? Just trying to find that spark from the bottom of the lineup that I'm not going to say has been missing all year long, but the big spark was Xander Forcell in the bottom of the lineup. And where did that see him? Climb all the way up into the 5-hole.
Mason Gonzalez batting from the left side.
Something that Coach misses dearly.
Leading off the top
Back
of the
out.
fifth for the Raiders, number 23, Mason Gonzalez.
There's a young man coming out of the Cedar Park bullpen. I don't know if they had anybody getting loose over there a while ago, but somebody came out of there.
Yeah, can't quite.
Mason Gonzalez will stand in. Brady Richardson back out on the mound to pitch the 5th for the Timberwolves. Mason will take high and outside for ball 1. That was high and outside.
It was close, but it was.
Don't give me that woof like that.
You don't know.
Oh, I
you
know.
don't know with him.
I know, brother. I know.
He's called stuff worse than that a strike, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's for sure. The 1-0 pitch, that will get the outside corner for strike 1.
That one literally was the exact same position on the outer half, but a hair lower, right? A hair lower, so he gets the strike call. As I mentioned, not a lot of lefties here in the lineup for the Raiders. Is the only time.
The 1-1 pitch, that's outside for ball 2.
The only time all year that we've actually seen a lefty batter is when Carson Henderson comes in and Coach leaves him in there to hit for himself whenever he's pitching. And
Nana checking in. Go Mason. 2-1 the count. The pitch from Richardson, that is fouled off.
And
for strike 2, and that will even the count.
Mason's big brother.
I thought there for a second it hit Gomez's glove.
Oh, yeah, fouled and possibly.
Well, no, the bat. I thought the bat hit his glove.
Yeah, I was going to say Mason's older brother, Blake Gonzalez, sitting out just beyond center field wall with the other Rouse alumni taking in the game.
That pitch misses low for ball 3, and the count works full.
I'm
Blake
sure he's rooting
Gonzalez
him on.
played third and
Yes.
pitched. And
short. And
yeah.
Came through with a lot of great hits in the playoffs right when we needed them.
3-2. The payoff pitch coming up. That's outside for ball 4, and Gonzalez draws the walk.
And a walk's as good as a hit at this time in the year. Base runners
Next,
are
number 9, Rainer
hard to
Heinrich.
come by as you have good offensive pitching or good pitching, good pitching. Anytime you can get an extra base runner on, you will absolutely take it.
Alicia checking in. Attaboy, Gonzo. Go, Rouse, go. Rainer Heinrich digs in. He is 1 for 2.
If I'm not mistaken, Mason does possess a good amount of speed there on the base path.
Heinrich sends this one out to left. Robertson will move over a few steps and make the catch.
Didn't miss that one, did
12,
Rainer Heinrich. It was just right at the left fielder, Robertson.
Yeah, it was lined out there. The best you could hope for is that it would drop
dive
quicker
hard,
and
yes,
dive
sir.
hard. But
no such luck.
I'm going to bring a pinch runner in for Mason Gonzalez. And
Dawson
looks
Snow.
like Dawson Snow.
Number 4, Dawson Snow.
Tyler Espinoza will come to the plate. He is hit into a fielder's choice and has been hit by a pitch. 1 on with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Raiders leading this one 2-0.
Now, Michael, you can answer this one for me because I don't know the answer to this. Excuse my ignorance to it, but Dawson Snow is the courtesy runner. He has been specifically for Xander Forcell earlier. If Xander Forcell comes up, Coach would have to burn somebody to run for him as the courtesy runner. Could potentially still be on the base path.
Well, at this point, this is how you look at it, right? Mason Gonzalez hit in Silva's spot, so he was in for the pitcher. So that would make Gonzalez the pitcher. And so Snow would be courtesy running for the pitcher.
Understood,
at this point.
Right.
So the courtesy runner would still be in effect.
Correct. No, I get that part.
With
but
Snow.
If he advances, say, to third, we have Tyler. We only have 1 out. Tyler, Oscar.
Oh, will they bring in another courtesy runner?
Yes, sir. Would they bring in another
Yeah.
courtesy runner? And you can't have 2, right? Or can
Yes,
you?
you can.
Okay, you can have 2 designated
That
courtesy
pitch
runners.
in for a strike to
your-
Espinoza,
for
and
your
that
pitcher
will
and
even
your
things
catcher.
up.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely
right.
you can.
Again,
You have 1 courtesy runner specifically for your pitcher, 1
Yes, sir.
courtesy runner for your
catcher.
And so,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
you can have 2 courtesy runners in. That pitch misses for ball 2.
Thank you for enlightening me to that fact. I'm sure I've heard that at some point in time in my years of watching baseball and playing, but
Snow is kind of caught out in no man's land, and he'll run into the second baseman and be out. I'm not sure what happened on that.
I think that was supposed to be a possible. It can't be a hit and run because the pitch was never delivered. I am hearing that we do have somebody up in the bullpen for Cedar Park, and that is number 3, Bryce Schneider.
That one is fouled away for strike 2, and that will even things up at 2. Oscar Salazar on deck.
Yep.
That's one thing you hate is a base running error that costs you an out and a man on base. The 2-2 pitch, that is fouled back.
Tyler doing a good job of staying alive here in this at-bat, trying to extend the inning.
Not sure what Robertson's pitch count is. Oh, Richardson's pitch count.
Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson's pitch count.
I will be more than happy to tell you, sir. Give me just 2 shakes.
So, Mr. Raider, let me get that information for you. Deuce is wild. The 2-2 pitch, that is fouled back.
No jeopardy of running up against the pitch count anytime soon, as he is only at 78 pitches. So still 32 to go. And I say anytime soon. I mean, obviously he could exhaust that with 2 outs. Not that I think that Coach would allow that to happen. Coach Forrest.
Richardson rocks and deals. This is fouled back, and Espinoza fouling off a ton of pitches.
Very good and very quality at bat here from Tyler Espinoza. As again, has always been the case when he's in there. Sees the pitches really well. Has a high on-base percentage, which Coach loves.
The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for the Raider fifth. They go in order in a roundabout way, as they had one on, and then they didn't. Nobody left on. And after 4.5, it's 2-0 Rouse. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Raiders. For the Timberwolves in the bottom. Galindo, Cuevas, and Hedges. Gavin Silva makes his way back out to the mound. I want to take this opportunity for a UIL spot.
Yes, we can. And we will be back with you in just a moment after these messages from UIL. Be right back, folks.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we are back with you folks here. Cedar Park versus your Rouse Raiders. Bottom of the 5th inning.
Matt Galindo makes his way to the plate.
Matt Galindo.
He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Silva from the stretch. The first pitch, that is fouled off for strike 1.
And again, the talk was in as Gavin Silva loves to try to get up on these batters, and they're talking amongst each other. It's like, hey, let's get after that first pitch, and seen a couple of guys be effective there as he offers and fouls it off.
Foul tip into the glove for strike 2 as he chases the little chin music.
Yes, he does, and that is exactly where he was at in his first at bat with three pitches, 3 strikes, 3 and an out.
That pitch inside, it'll hit carry him off the umpire's shin guard.
Sorry, those outs always get me.
Mm-hmm.
Those don't reset. Those don't have a quick reset button. You got to hit the 0 every time.
Right, but you've been doing a good job of it all year long. You can't use that as
you think that. I missed that more times than you know of. I just don't say nothing. I just
swing and a miss for strike 3.
I'll fix it later.
Strikeout number 9 for Gavin Silva.
If he can get to 13, Michael, if he can get to 13.
Up next, number 24, Hudson Cuevas.
Hudson Cuevas will come to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a double.
Seen some other really big milestones this year. I know 150 hits for Oscar Salazar earlier this year.
First pitch misses low for ball 1. Logan Hedges on deck. 1-0 pitch. Just misses inside for ball 2.
100 RBIs for Oscar Salazar. 500 wins for Coach Crimpine.
It has been a season. The 2-0. That's inside for ball 3. Three and 0 the count to Cuevas. Breaking ball misses for ball 4, and Forcell
thought that was a strike.
Asking him where it was. And
I'm gonna have to guess high would be my over the top of the plate. So I'm gonna say that was high.
Cuevas draws back-to-back walks, and that'll bring up Logan Hedges.
Up next, number 15, Logan Hedges
is 0 for 2. He is popped up to the catcher and is flown out to right.
Talking about it earlier for the double play, and, we haven't seen that yet.
First pitch, that is lined back to the pitcher. The throw to second, a double play. You just called it. Wow.
Woo! I'm here all night, folks. I'm here all night.
1-3 on the putout of Cuevas.
Wow. I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've had a double play all night until just now.
And then Kaspar Damas.
Wow, that was awesome.
Calls it in real time.
Yeah, line drive, folks. It was not a ground ball. That was actually a line drive right back at the pitcher, Gavin Silva, who easily just had to make a throw over to Oscar as the runner was way up the line.
Hudson Cuevas was way up the line.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
No runs on no hits. They go in order in a roundabout way.
A roundabout way.
In the 5th, on to the 6th we go. Raiders leading this one 2-0. Let's go ahead and hit another UIL spot.
Yes, we will. And what will it be today? Let's do... Why not? Let's become an official, folks. Be right back. We're back with you folks here.
Leading off the 6th for the Raiders, Oscar Salazar, followed by Landon Miller and Xander Forcell, right in the heart of the Raider order. Brady Richardson back out on the mound to pitch the 6th for the Timberwolves. And Salazar will take inside on a pitch that had him backed out of the plate, and it was not a breaking ball.
Inside and low, both. And yeah, he's awesome, folks. He's awesome.
0-1 the count to Salazar. Salazar will hit this back up the middle. This will be played by Hedges. The throw to first in time, and that will retire Salazar. 6-4 on the putout.
Tell you what, I've been very impressed with Hedges' play at short.
He just charges the ball. He doesn't wait for it to come to him.
Shorten the throw, right? We've talked about it all year long. Shorten the throw, make it easier for you, make it easier. Now, granted, part of that has a lot to do with footwork. Can you position yourself to make a strong throw, or you have that awkward, as your momentum's taking you to the right and you're trying to throw across your body, but he's done a phenomenal job of it.
He's made some outstanding plays hit to second because he charges the ball. Landon Miller will take outside for strike 1.
Yeah, not scared to play shallow, as you showed earlier with the line drive shot ground ball from Xander Forcell that he was able to field and mow down the runner going home. So defensively knows where to position himself based off of the count.
The 0-1, that's high, a breaking ball for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Miller. 1 out with nobody on here in the top of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch, that's outside for ball 2. I'm almost like, where did you set that microphone at?
It's literally right out the
Picking up
window
somebody's
here.
casual conversation.
I mean, it's a good microphone. It's high. It's very high up, but directly out the window towards the Rouse.
2-1. This is hammered down to the 3rd. Cuevas has it to throw to first in time. And again, that was Miller was trying to call time, and the umpire would not give it to him.
Which has now happened on multiple occasions. And again,
Next up, number 14,
there has been a
Porcel.
lot of timeout calls by the Raiders batters.
Well, I mean,
rightfully so.
Yeah,
rightfully so. But
Richardson takes a long time.
So he's ultimately, the home plate umpire has ultimately said, you know what, guys, just deal with it. At this point, I'm not going to continue to keep giving you the timeout call. Plays right into the hand of the pitcher.
That pitch outside for ball 1 to Xander Forcell. Forcell is struck out looking and is hit into a fielder's choice. J.J. Miller checking in. It's Miller time, and let's go, kid.
It's Miller time.
Nathan Miller on deck. The 1-0.
There it is.
Forcell.
Paint the line. Oh.
They did. Painted the line and just goes over the outfield.
Ooh, look at him. He knew he just barely missed that. That would have been awesome there, and probably rattled around in the corner and at least allowed for a double, if not possibly a triple, pending where that ball would have bounced to, but just squeaks foul.
1-1 the count to Forcell. Forcell calls time, and he gives it to him. This time, I don't know what you got to do to actually get him to actually call it. Be consistent.
If you're going to give it to him,
if you got a pitcher that's going to take a long time, give your batter an opportunity to reset. That pitch.
That got him on the sleeve. That actually grazed his sleeve. I could swear it did.
One and 2 the count to Forcell. Interesting, the way this zone goes. I mean, but look where his right foot is. I mean, he is right at the edge of the line.
As far in as he can possibly be. But, is there at any point, is there a situation where
Forcell called time again, and the umpire shaking his head no. One and 2 the count. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. The throw down to first. Will go in and out of the glove of O'Malley.
That's why you hustle, folks. You don't retire to the fact that you're going to get thrown out on a drop third strike. You hustle. You give yourself an opportunity to get on the bag, and that potentially, with the hustle from the X Factor, drew a quick and bad throw. And, of course, Coach Forrest is going to argue that Xander was running well too far on the inside of the line.
Oh, there's no way he was.
He's given a couple of feet on either side of the foul line, right? And he was in the brown area, which is where he needs to be. As long as he was not running on the grass line,
number 22, Nathan
he is
Miller.
not running too far inside. And
right.
They immediately told Forrest that no, he was legal. Oh, I just realized that's Kevin over on the first baseline umping. We may get to see Kevin behind home plate for Game 2 in Georgetown. I need to go out there and say hi to him.
So they're bringing Scott Knight on as a
is that
courtesy
Knight, or
runner.
Is that
It's 23.
No, that's not Knight. Knight's 42.
Okay. Oh, it's Connor Thompson. 27.
20, is that 27?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Connor Thompson, courtesy running. Nathan Miller at the plate. The hit and run
and
call.
Nathan Miller could make it.
Chopped on that. The throw to first in time from Cuevas. And that will do it for the Raiders. That will go 5-3 on the putout of Miller.
Well, all for naught on the advancement to the base from Xander Forcell as the next batter, Nathan Miller, with a hit and run called, and Connor Thompson getting a great jump, making his way down the line as Nathan Miller is able to make contact, but not able to beat out the throw from third baseman
Hudson
Cuevas, who's, again, another one. Their left side of the infield has been very solid there for Cedar Park Timberwolves.
Due up for the Timberwolves in their half of the sixth. Richardson, Robertson, and Green.
Another law firm.
Gavin Silva back out to pitch the sixth. How's his pitch count doing, Jonathan?
Gavin, I don't think has actually been up against it nearly as much, although he does have several walks in the game. Let me get
They both have the same amount of walks.
Quick update. So Richardson is at 91 pitches. Gavin Silva is at 77.
But the difference being that Richardson is through 6 and Silva is through 5.
So again, Gavin Silva having a great opportunity here to continue on. 9 strikeouts, 4 walks in this game, and allowing only 2 hits that were spread out. You know, first inning and the third inning, I believe, was the other hit that he allowed.
Yeah, no, fourth inning.
Fourth inning, okay. I was going to say third or fourth. So, but spreading out 2 hits and, you know, just again being extremely effective as he has for the most part. He's only had really 1 bad outing this year.
And they're looking for the ball. I don't know what happened to it. Xander didn't have it. Gavin didn't have it. So he's trying to get his warm-up pitches in.
The ump was hiding it. Wee.
Wee, all the way home. Brady Richardson makes his way to the plate.
Leading off for the Timberwolves, number 13, Brady Richardson.
Richardson is 0 for 2. He's grounded back to the pitcher, and he is struck out looking. Silva from the stretch. He'll deal low and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. This is
weak fly ball.
A weak fly ball. Rainer Heinrich will
there we go.
Camp under it, make the catch, and that will do it for Richardson, out number 1.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Off the bat, you hear clank, you hear what sounds like a very solidly hit ball, and then you're watching it. It's like, okay, who's going to play? You're watching the defenders. Is Landon Miller going to make the play? No. And then you watch Rainer Heinrich just takes 1 step back.
That pitch goes to the backstop for ball 1.
The automatic ball return backstop as that ball bounces all the way back to.
That's the first wild pitch that Silva has thrown this evening.
Yeah, and immediately Xander's like, hey, man, you want to check that ball and make sure it's okay? And before
they actually threw it out.
Yeah.
The umpire threw it out of play. So
Gavin actually realized before he even noticed that Xander was calling for the ball, he felt it in his hand that it was not something he wanted to.
Swing and a miss for strike 1.
You know, give me a fresh ball there, and sometimes you can get away. You get a little scuff on a ball as a pitcher. They love that opportunity where they can dig in and
breaking ball in for strike 2. That was strike 3. And strikeout number 10 for Gavin Silva. Amanda
Next up, number 2, Parker
letting
Green.
us know, wow, some home call cooking on NFHS, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be neutral. But it is Cedar Park broadcast. Swinging a miss from Parker Green.
It's okay. It's okay, man. We know.
For strike 1. Green is 1 for 2. He has struck out and singled. The 0-1 breaking ball in there for strike 2.
Yeah, and he's really feeling his oats here as Gavin is wasting zero time at all.
Swing and a miss, drop third strike. The throw down to first.
Come on, Xander.
He overthrows Salazar. And that was strikeout number 10.
It was a strikeout. Still gets recorded for Gavin, even though we
Now
had
batting
a
number 7,
throwing
Robin
error on
Cole.
the drop third strike. And, you know, one thing you see consistently from Xander is he's always going to throw it hard down there and make sure of a good hard throw. And that one did get a little away from him.
That pitch outside for ball 1 to Carter Wohl. Wohl has walked and struck out looking.
Sort of a momentum killer there as Gavin was just really feeling it.
Breaking ball in for a strike.
You know, just getting up there as soon as he could receive the ball from Xander, he's already ready to deliver the next pitch and starting to slow down a little bit here.
1-1 outside for ball 2. 2-1.
And now having a base runner to be concerned about, but 2 outs here. He'll settle in and look to get out of this inning.
Breaking ball in for strike 2. And I mean, that curveball is really working for him tonight.
And all we hear is the guys in the box going, ooh. so nasty. How do you hit it?
The 2-2, swing and a miss for strike 3.
You know, and that sets up that next pitch. I mean, unfortunately, I hate that y'all folks can't see this, but if you've been able to watch our games throughout the year, you've seen how much movement Gavin Silva has, and he throws the inside pitch that, again, starts at the shoulder, breaks in for the strike that's not even offered. Next pitch, they know it's coming. They see the rotation, but he starts it middle to outer half, and it breaks to where they can't even make contact with it, and they're swinging and coming up empty.
Strikeout number 12 for Gavin Silva.
One more, sir. One more. One more, and we will
We do have a pitching change.
This is number 3?
Yep.
Number 3 is Brian Schneider. Bryce Schneider, folks. Bryce Schneider has made his way into the game in replacement with 91 pitches from your starting pitcher, Richardson.
So Richardson is where?
He just
Now
came out of the
pitching for
end of the
check
number
left
3,
field.
Brian Schneider. Bryce Schneider. I apologize.
Yeah, Brady Richardson has made his way out into left field.
So did they move Drew Robertson?
Number 13, correct? Brady
Yep.
Richardson's 13. We still have Galindo in center. We have Collishaw in right.
All right, leading off the 7th for the Raiders.
Getting off the top of the 7th.
Andrew
for the Raiders.
Sanchez, Jacob
Number
Solis,
11,
and
Andrew
Mason
Sanchez.
Gonzalez. Well, Mason probably came out. So will you see Gavin Silva hitting for himself or somebody else hitting for him?
So O'Malley
at first.
is out.
And so Robertson is at.
Yeah, Luke O'Malley has come out of
Swing
the
and a
game.
miss for strike 1 to Sanchez.
And a quick
Schneider
visit there.
will step off.
So again, real quick, folks, to sort of go through the changes, we now have Robinson has left.
Robertson
is now at first, making his way from left field. Robinson has made his way from pitcher to left field.
Schneider from the windup. That'll go to the backstop. It's a little wild thing going on right
well,
there.
the first pitch, you could tell they weren't on the same page. They went and met. Hey guys, make sure here's what our pitch count, our call is. Here's this, and then he's looking for a low and away fastball, and he gets a high over the middle.
Camino Stapleton checking in. This is the best game I've never seen. Fastball low for a strike, and the count will go 1-2.
1-2. There we go. All right.
Schneider from the windup. He takes a long look in. And he will deal a breaking ball. This is hammered down the third base line. And that will get by Cuevas.
Double.
And Sanchez will hold up and turn back as he stumbled over first base.
He actually lost his footing as he made it beyond the blue territory that surrounds first base into the brown dirt area that's not dirt.
A leadoff single. That'll bring up Jacob Solis.
Yeah.
They're going to bring a
pinch runner.
Pinch runner for
Andrew Sanchez, again, extremely strong bat, not the swiftest of foot is Andrew Sanchez, and he's actually gimping.
Twisted his ankle a little bit.
I think he did slide, and that is now
Adrian Graves.
Is it Adrian? Or is it Diego?
No,
that's Adrian.
Adrian Graves, so he will be coming in for himself. As
up next, number 7,
Sanchez is the designated hitter for Adrian Graves.
So perfectly okay. You do not burn the significance of that, folks, is Adrian Graves. You don't burn him as a runner because he's coming in to run for himself with the DH.
So Lee shows bunt, and he fouls this one back out of play. It's
the second time we've seen that in this game, with Landon Miller not being able to execute the bunt earlier.
0 for 2. He grounded the third and has struck out looking.
And
Gavin Silva on deck.
Silva now back with the bat in his hand, as was the case in his first plate appearance.
Schneider from the stretch. He'll throw over to first, and not in time as Graves was leaning to first.
Yeah, that's one thing Graves possesses, great speed out there in left field, as you would love to see with any left fielder, be able to cover a lot of ground with a good arm.
Lee shows bunts, and this time he lays it down the first baseline. It'll be played by Schneider. The throw will be in time.
Yeah, and again,
sacrifice bunt for Jacob Solis.
And again, another runner or another player here for the Raiders with great speed is Jacob Solis, as he made that play closer than what you would expect with the bunt, making it directly back to Schneider on the mound.
That'll bring up Gavin Silva. Silva and Gonzalez combined are 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to center. That pitch outside for ball 1.
Of course, the fly out coming from Gavin Silva's first at bat, and the walk by Mason Gonzalez.
Swing and a miss on a letter high fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he muscled up on that swing. We could feel the wind off of that from up here in the press box.
1-1 the count to Silva. Schneider will step off and re-engage. He checks Graves at second. And pitch high for ball 2. 2-1. One on with one out for Silva. Swing and a miss on another fastball on the outside corner. 2-2.
You know, I'd love to see the two-strike approach here from Gavin Silva. Shorten up, choke up. You know, make contact here. You'd be surprised, especially with only one out and a runner on.
2-2. This is hit out to center.
He's out.
No, he called him safe.
Wow.
But throw in from Galindo was a bang play as Graves just
sort of caught sleeping
about
there.
A quarter of a way to third and then realized, hey, I better get back.
Oh, my goodness.
That'll bring up Rainer Heinrich. Fly out to center again for Gavin Silva. 2 away.
Oh, look at this. Deciding to go ahead and put Rainer Heinrich on with first base being open.
That'll bring up Tyler Espinoza.
After intentional walk for Rainer Hendrick. Next up, number 12, Tyler Espinoza.
Runners at first and second for Espinoza. Oscar Salazar on deck. Bryce Schneider on the mound. The pitch, swing and miss for strike one. Schneider really working that outside corner very well.
Yes, he is. And decent velocity here on his fastball as well.
The 0-1, a double
and
steal.
Hit by pitch? No. Tyler Espinoza able to spin out of the way to avoid, again, being hit by pitch. And somebody who definitely leads the team this year, I believe, in hit by pitch. But
the 1-1 pitch. That's in for a strike. 1-2 the count.
Espy looking to get a hit here and played another run.
1-2. That'll get away from Gomez, and that will leave Gomez, and that will even the count at 2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 on. Here in the top of the 7th. Schneider will wind and deal. This is fouled back to the fence.
Keeping Oscar Salazar on his toes over there as that ball was rocket shot in his direction. And he ducked, and as that ball sort of bounces high up off the foul net.
The 2-2 pitch. That'll spin him off for ball 3, and the count goes full. No place. Well, no, there is an open base. Never mind.
The collective woes from the crowd as that ball did climb up and high inside.
The 3-2 pitch. This is lifted high and will go foul. Out of play.
And once again, just like he did in his last at bat, just fouling off good pitches here and waiting to see if he can find one that he can handle.
The payoff pitch, that hits him on the shoulder. And now there's a...
Just confirming he was hit by pitch.
He was hit by a pitch on the shoulder.
Yeah, the home plate umpire wasn't sure if it hit the bat or if it actually hit him. He does have a shin guard on, so you can easily see the...
Base is loaded for Oscar Salazar.
Yeah, you could easily see the questioning behind home plate umpire was, hey, man, did not know, again, with sound, right? He's going off of sound. There's definitely a distinct difference between flesh sound with the ball hitting or bat. And if you have a plastic guard, shin guard, elbow guard, I say shin, excuse me, forearm guard, right, or elbow guard, you can definitely hear a different sound there. So asked for the assist from Kevin down the first
next
base
number 8,
line.
Oscar Salazar.
Did confirm it, did hit.
Oscar Salazar at the plate, your RBI leader in the 5A classification in the state of Texas. At the plate with bases loaded.
Francis Thomas alluding to something here, folks, is all I'm going to say.
Schneider deals low for ball 1.
RBI leader, bases loaded. Where could this be going? Oh, and now we have
the fans that are in the stands behind the plate are being asked to leave to get out from behind.
He said he's not continuing until everybody is out, and that includes what looks to be some scouts that are behind home plate as well. I've been watching them trying to check radar stats and such, but yeah, the home plate umpire is not happy at all about
Schneider toes in. 1-0 pitch. That's called a strike, and that was high and looked inside, but he will get called for a strike.
He definitely had some late movement on that did bring it back over the top of the plate, but did seem to be a bit high.
The 1-1 pitch, that'll go to the backstop. 1 run will score as Adrian Graves will score on the wild pitch.
Yeah, and the rest of the runners do advance, so that still brings another run only 90 feet away with Rainer Heinrich. And that'll be the second pass ball that has allowed a run to score.
Does that actually go down as an RBI for Oscar Salazar at the plate?
No.
On a wild pitch?
No.
I don't think so.
It does not. Does not go into his stat ringer there.
In his tally?
Yes, sir.
In his tally?
It does not, as that would be
Landon Miller on deck.
Run scored on an error.
The 2-1. This is hit foul, and I mean, what a monster foul shot he was.
Wow.
2-2. The count to Oscar Salazar.
And they have, upon the home plate umpire's request, absolutely cleared out behind home plate.
Deuce is wild for Salazar, and he'll foul this one back out of play.
I don't know that they're going to make them move too, huh? Wow, and there's been some folks that have been camped out there throughout the entirety of the game.
It takes it just takes a few people to ruin it for the whole bunch, right?
Right, I mean, they've been nice and nestled in and enjoying the game.
They have been ribbing that umpire all evening long. The 2-2 pitch.
Boy, Oscar is just
fouled off.
Staying in this at bat and really seeing the ball, just barely missing several of these pitches and just fouling them off. And again, just waiting to find one that he can handle just a little bit better.
The 2-2.
This is close and hit for foul.
If it stays fair, it's gone.
Foul ball. Oh my goodness. He absolutely annihilated that, and it was very difficult from our angle to tell, but it was floating left the entire way, and wow. It did. I mean, it looked like it curled around the pole to me, but, I'm sorry. That's the bias part, right? That landed up the hill. There is a dirt hill about 30 feet past the fence line that it landed halfway up that hill.
The 2-2 pitch, that'll hit him on the hand to load the bases.
Yeah, not happy at all about that, with that being a high inside pitch again. And Oscar did, yeah, and that was the right hand as well. So something we need to be mindful of. Oscar is the Game 2 starting pitcher.
And you have Landon Miller coming to the plate just on Saturday, hit a grand slam in the first inning against the Alamo Heights Mules.
Yeah,
and that's going to be it for Bryce Schneider.
Which coming in now is number 5, which I'm sure my boys over here have that up already. Kyle McClure. Kyle McClure is going to be your next pitcher for the Cedar Park Timberwolves, number 5. Kyle McClure, and Bryce Schneider makes his way back to the dugout. Coach Forrest coming over, letting the home plate umpire know exactly who's coming in so he can make his adjustments. And once again, you know, you hate to see, and immediately Coach has called for Oscar to come over so he'd visit with him to make sure he's okay.
All right, while he gets his warm-ups in, we're going to go over our second announcement that we're obligated to do. Don't miss the final UIL State event of the year, the 2024 State Baseball Tournament, taking place Wednesday, June 5th through Saturday, June 8th. These games will be played at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, with Conference 4A games taking place at the historic Dish Falk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org. Again, that's uiltexas.org.
So just a quick recap. Obviously now having our third pitcher, second of this inning here for Cedar Park Timberwolves. Real quick, going over Richardson. Does lead the game 91 pitches, having gone 6 innings, allowing 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And then replacing him was Bryce Schneider, 27 pitches, going
Up next for the Raiders,
2/3 of an inning,
number
allowing
10,
1
Landon
hit,
Miller.
no strikeouts, and 1 walk.
Landon Miller makes his way to the plate. He is 0 for 3 on the afternoon, or on the evening. He has grounded the third twice and has popped up to the pitcher. The first pitch from McClure. That's in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Xander Forcell on deck. Bases loaded. McClure from the stretch.
Wow,
That pitch gets the outside corner for strike 2.
Living in that spot, and it worked once. Why not go at it again? And works twice. So
Miller quickly in an 0-2 count.
Will he go in the same spot again for McClure, or will he?
Miller will call time.
Try to change it up and try
Amanda letting us know.
Pound him inside.
By the way, I can't deal with the live broadcast crew. So much whining. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3, and McClure comes in with 3 straight pitches for that third out, and that will do it for the Raiders in the 7th. They get 1 run on 1 hit.
Well, he does a great job
and they leave him loaded.
Setting up Landon Miller, right? He gets 2 outside pitches, or sorry, not outside, outer half pitches. They were on the plate. Gets 2 great spots there and just sort of expands it a little bit further to see if he could get Landon Miller to chase, and he does. He was very successful in that at bat. Get a quick update here on the score. So, yeah, 3-0 here for your Raiders, as they do played another run in this inning on the pass ball.
You gotta thank Veronica for checking in and letting us know that you didn't have the score right.
What are you talking about? It says 3-0 right there.
Yeah, but
Michael.
It didn't.
Right there, it says it.
But it didn't. You're sleeping back here. You're sitting in a chair where normally you're standing, and
I'm a spectator, sir. I'm enjoying this game. Sorry.
Gavin Silva back out to pitch the 7th. Due up for the Timberwolves in the 7th. They're 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Kalishaw, O'Malley, and Galindo.
Of course, I want to do a quick stat check and make sure I am 100% accurate in saying that Gavin is one away. Actually, he may already have it.
All right, Kalishaw makes his way to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out looking and lined out to Rainer Heinrich on that outstanding play. The first pitch, that's in for a strike, a breaking ball.
Number 12,
Paints the inside
Jake
corner.
Collinshaw.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. So Kim Salazar letting us know that NFHS was so hard to watch, and Veronica letting us know it's all right that you messed up the scoreboard. This is lifted into right field. Tyler Espinoza tracks it, makes the catch, and that will do it for Kalishaw. And the Timberwolves are down to 2 outs. And then Mike LaPaglia checking in. Wow, NFHS announcers are blaming the umps. Supposed to be really impartial on the NFHS broadcast, so
I mean,
kind of surprised that they're being as homer as they are on that side.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame anything. I mean, he's been consistently inconsistent throughout the game for both sides.
Yeah. That pitch misses high and outside for ball 1. That will even things up at 1.
Yeah, we have definitely seen some pitches go either way, on both sides.
It's been that way for both sides. The 1-1, a breaking ball, gets the inside corner for strike 2, and I mean Silva is on a roll.
He's dialed in, and again, so I'd get my...
The 1-2, the check swing, he held up and did check his swing for ball 2.
So I get my stat line here from Game Changer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the strikeouts here for Gavin Silva, and they did not already have...
Ooh, that goes behind the back. For ball 3.
The breaking pitch that forgot to break, which was fine because it actually went behind the batter.
That is fouled back out of play.
But again, if my numbers are correct, with him having 12 strikeouts, he is now at 102.
Kyle McClure at the plate.
And make that
swing and a miss. For strikeout number 13.
Number 11, Mac Galindo.
That will bring up number 10. That's a pinch hitter. Who is
number 10 is going to be Carson Reed.
That pitch in for a strike to Carson Reed. And the Timberwolves are down to their final out. That pitch misses for ball 1. Pitch down and away for ball 2. And Silva goes to the well. The 2-1. That misses high down the middle for ball 3.
Yeah, high in the zone, so definitely a ball.
Reed will call timeout and step out.
Gavin doing a quick little check of himself, trying to be in the moment, calm down a little bit.
The 3-1 pitch, a breaking ball.
What are they saying? Are they calling it? They're calling it a ball, or are they calling it hit by pitch?
I think they called it a ball. He was asking if he swung. But you would check with the third base umpire on a left-handed batter,
they did look
right?
that way.
So it'll be a walk.
Next up, number 24.
Okay.
Hudson Cuevas.
Hudson Cuevas comes to the plate. Cuevas has 2 walks and a double. He will take for ball 1.
It's a really good looking pitch there. Looks like it probably missed a bit high.
The 1-0, that's high for ball 2. There is activity going in the Raider bullpen.
I would bet a lefty.
The 2-0, that gets the outside corner for strike 1. The 2-1 gets the outside corner for strike 2. And the Timberwolves are down to their final strike.
And again, hits that exact same spot twice in a row there, getting the strike call. Now, will he elect to go inside here as Cuevas is crowding the plate now?
Breaking ball down and away. And the count goes full. Nobody holding Reed on. The payoff pitch. That is fouled away. And the count stays full. Logan Hedges helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. Another one of those crazy made-up stats of Jonathan and mine. The payoff pitch. This is hit out to left. Adrian Graves over. He makes the catch, and that is it. The Raiders take game 1 in a best-of-3 series. And Gavin Silva pitches a 13 strikeout, complete game shutout.
Gem. What a gem by Gavin Silva.
113? 113 pitches. Gavin Silva.
113. So I had 112 and 113. So he finishes the batter, which he is allowed to do. 110 is the max, but again, finishing the batter he is allowed to do, which brought him to 113. And what an absolute gem from the right arm of Gavin Silva.
Jonathan will go over the final numbers.
Again, those hitting on it there. Gavin Silva, 113 pitches, has 66 for strikes, goes 7 innings, complete game, 2-hitter, allowing no runs in the shutout, 13 strikeouts to 5 walks. Offensively, your Rouse Raiders brought 23 batters to the plate, getting 4 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts against, and obviously getting the 3 runs. We did have a swap of errors in the game, actually 2 errors going against the Raiders. All errors were actually at home plate. You know, we had a bad throw from Cedar Park's pitcher with Xander running down the line, catcher with Xander running down the line, and then Xander having an errant throw as well.
So the Raiders do what they needed to do versus this Cedar Park Timberwolf team as Brady Richardson came on to pitch the first of the 3 and did not look like he did in game 1 of the district series.
Yeah, it just seemed off throughout this entire game. You know, you hit on it early, Michael, that, you know, he was very quick. He was very deliberate in his delivery throughout the game 1 against Rouse, and didn't show that tonight, as he just was really in his own mind and really putting maybe too much pressure on himself in a playoff atmosphere to perform, and just was in his own head, right, and not able to deliver, and as a result, taking a long time and getting a lot of timeout calls from the batters.
Well, be with us tomorrow night as the Raiders will host at Georgetown in game number 2.
And I was off.
Oh, you were off.
So he had 90. Gavin Silva had 90 strikeouts coming into this game.
And
so with 13 brings him to 103 on the season. So what a great
phenomenal
season
Gavin Silva has had.
Yes, sir.
So be with us tomorrow night. And again, it will be an audio-only broadcast. This series will be. Hopefully next series we'll be able to stream it. I don't know. I've been checking in to see if we can actually get, as an affiliate of NFHS, to try to ensure that we get the broadcast and be able to stream live. But unfortunately, it will be behind a paywall if we're able to do that.
Right.
If not, then we'll continue to do this, and we can do audio only. But we're trying to work it to where at least we have the broadcast, and you can enjoy watching it with
Yes,
us.
sir. And the one difference we're going to see right now is what we just talked about. There will be a game 2 between Cedar Park and the Rouse Raiders, something that's been different in our last 2 regional quarterfinal matchups between Cedar Park, both in 2021 and last year in 2023, both being only a one-game series, and this one was decided upon by both coaches that they both wanted a 3-game series, so it didn't come to a coin flip in this scenario, and so we will, for the first time in this matchup in postseason, get to see a 3-game series, possible 3-game series, but we will see a game 2 at Georgetown High School tomorrow night.
Right. Once again, thank our gracious hosts here at Lago Vista High School for allowing us to set up in the press box and bring you Rouse Raider baseball. They've been great. So for Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in and listening to Rouse Raider baseball. Good night, everybody.
Good night.